This video is a quick refresher on how to kind of get up and running with SQL Server Management Studio, as well as doing a basic select statement. We'll go ahead and I'm going to click on my start menu. I'm running Windows 10 in this case, but if you're running Windows 7 or Windows 8 or 10, you should still have pretty much a similar experience. I usually type in SQL, and in the search result from the start menu, it will pop up with SQL Server Management Studio. So I'll go ahead and click on that. And SQL Management Studio will launch. And the first thing that you'll be prompted with is a dialog box to connect. So you want to make sure that in the Connect to Server dialog that you have your database engine as your server type. Your server name will vary depending on your installation. If you have SQL Express installed, you'll probably want to use a connection like parentheses local, close parentheses / SQL Express. If you're running a more formal database engine like the Developer Edition or even an Enterprise, you may just want to use local, and that will allow you to get SQL launched from your machine. There's different authentication options here, but Windows authentication should be sufficient for your installation. So for me, I'm actually running Express in this case. So we'll go ahead and do that. And hit connect. And Management Studio will go and actually connect to the local SQL engine or SQL Server instance that's on my machine. So once it connects and pulls up all the needed information, we'll be able to browse our databases. So you need to also remember that SQL itself is an engine and it hosts multiple databases, and then within each one of those databases you have multiple tables. You can have views, triggers, stored procedures, and the like. So on here I have three databases currently. AdventureWorks LT 2012 is the one that we're going to be using in this video. And inside of here there's a series of different tables. So let's just go ahead and start talking about simple select statements. So I'm going to go ahead and click on New Query. It'll bring me up a query page that I can start to write select states into, or different types of SQL code. So in our query, we're going to go ahead and select all of the rows from the salesLT.customer table. The customer table itself and a majority of the tables within the AdventureWorks database utilize the SalesLT schema, so that's why SalesLT is in front of the table names. So we'll go ahead and do a select star, and this is a select statement, so we're retrieving rows. The star says to retrieve all columns from the database itself, database table, and then we'll say from salesLT.customer. So this simple select statement will retrieve columns and rows from the customer table. So we'll go ahead and click execute. That'll execute the SQL statement and then return back all of the data out of that table. So we'll see here we have the results, which lists all the columns and rows, and we can scroll side to side to see all the columns, and we can scroll down to be able to see all the rows. Now we can extend our select statement by adding a where clause, and here we can say where, and maybe we want to look for everyone who is just a Ms. in this case. So we can say where their title, so we'll filter on the title column, equals, and then we're going to take a string literal, so we're going to do single quote, s dot, close single quote, and we'll execute that query. And what the where clause will do again is it's going to give us back only rows that have the ms dot in the title column. So we get full row or full columns, all the columns of data. We're only getting back rows where the title equals ms period. So that is the basic mechanics of a simple select statement.